Hi, this is PR Sundar. Welcome to this special episode where I'm going to talk about taxation and taxation particularly with respect to futures and options traders. Just for fun, the people say tax and death, these are the two certainties in your life. But death is far better because after the death, no more problem. But tax is not like that. And after the tax also there can be problems. You may get income tax notices for wrong filing or missing the information and so on. So therefore I thought of doing a dedicated video, of course sponsored by taxbuddy.com. And in fact earlier I have done a video on taxbuddy.com. If you have not seen that video, you can go and watch here. And this video will be dedicated to tax related queries only for futures and options traders. The first question, first myth, I need not file ITR if there is a loss in F&O. So this is the biggest mistake people do. And there are people who have come to me, they have made a huge losses in the previous years, but they have not declared it in their income tax or they did not file. So if you have not declared the loss in one particular financial year and next financial year you make a profit, you will have to pay the full tax. You cannot offset. So let us say you made 10 lakh rupees loss in this financial year. If you declare in the ITR, you file the return and declare the loss, and the next financial year if you make 15 lakh rupees profit, no need to pay tax for 15 lakhs because the 10 lakhs loss will be offset. So you need to pay tax only for 5 lakh rupees. So remember, most of the people, even in the initial stages, I have done the same mistake. When there was a loss, I did not report. So in the next few years when I made profit, I could not offset that. So please remember, even if you make a loss in F&O, you have to file the ITR. And not to forget another important thing, there are people who always file the tax returns beyond the deadline. And if the deadline is July end, so they may do it in August or September. But that is all right if you are making profit. But if there is a loss, you want to carry forward that loss. That carry forward of the loss is allowed only if you file the income tax return in time. So if you are filing after the deadline with some late payment fee and this and that, no, you are not eligible for carry forward of loss. So remember the two things, even if you have a loss in F&O trading, you have to file the return. And number two, it is more important that you have to file the return within the deadline. Sometimes people get a notice for non-filing of ITR, there will be a penalty of up to 10,000 rupees. So always remember, whether you make a loss or whether you make a profit or whether you make no loss, no profit, you still have to file ITR. Myth number 2, F&O is speculative transaction for tax purposes. So most of the people think that futures and options trading is a speculative in nature. But for the purpose of tax treatment, it is not speculative, it is a business. Let me tell you what is the difference between business and speculation. Let us say in speculation, I made 1 lakh rupees profit. For the entire 1 lakh rupees, I have to pay the tax. But in a business, if I make 1 lakh rupees profit, to make that 1 lakh rupees profit, there will be some cost. And I pay broadband bill for trading online. So that is a cost. So all this cost you can minus. Let us say you have spent 50,000. So you pay the tax only for the remaining 50,000. So remember, futures and options is not a speculative business. It is a normal business. Come to the third myth. One cannot claim basic exemption limit if income from F&O. It is not so. An individual, when he is doing a business, for first 2.5 lakh rupees, there is no tax. So that is called basic exemption. So that applies to futures and options trading also. The first 2.5 lakh, you don't have to pay the tax. Only for the remaining money, you have to pay the tax. Myth number 4, I cannot take ATC deduction if I am having income from F&O. Again, most of the people are thinking that they cannot seek exemption under ATC or housing loan interest benefits. That is not true. Just like in any other normal business or normal employees, salaried employees, you can claim the exemption from ATC up to 1.5 lakh rupees. Plus, if you have some housing loan interest up to 2 lakh rupees, also you can claim exemption from that tax. Once again, futures and options trading is just like a normal business where you can claim basic exemption, you can claim ATC, you can claim 2 lakh rupees on housing loan interest, etc. Myth number 5. I need to do audit if there is a net loss from F&O transaction. And people think if there is a profit, I can just file. But if there is a loss, people think that it is compulsory that I have to audit through an auditor. In fact, I was also thinking like that only until yesterday. But now look at the reply from tax buddy. If you have only loss from F&O transaction, you need not do audit as long as your F&O turnover is less than the prescribed limit. Just ensure that you file ITR before the due date so that you can carry forward this loss for future years. So most of the people think compulsory auditing is required if there is a loss, but as long as your F&O turnover is less than the prescribed limit, F&O auditing by an auditor is not required. Myth number 6. I need to do audit if the total value of transaction is above 1 crore. This is another interesting. People ask me, sir, if I go long in Nifty future, the contract size is about 10 lakh rupees. If I do 10 lot already 1 crore. No, that is not the way income tax calculates the turnover. Let me read out. This is a very interesting thing. Until recently, turnover exceeding 1 crore was subject to auditing. But recently, that has been revised to 10 crore. As long as your turnover is less than 10 crore, the auditing is not compulsory. So this is a special provision for people who are transacting only through the online. However, up to 5% of cash transaction is allowed in this provision. At least 95% of your transaction should be through online. As far as futures and options is concerned, we always transact through banking channels only because the brokers don't accept cash, NSE don't accept cash. So everything we do online. So the same way, when you are spending the money, whether you are giving salary, whether you are paying the rental, so everything again you are doing through banking channels. So you don't pay laptop bill or broadband bill or telephone bill by cash. So everything you do transaction through online, then the turnover limit for auditing is 10 crore. In fact, this is a new news to me. Until 2 years before, I thought it was 1 crore. I think 1 or 2 years before, I thought it was revised to 2 crore. Now it seems that it has been revised to 10 crore. And again, 10 crore is also how the turnover is calculated for futures and options. If you buy a Nifty future, the lot size is 50, trading around 16,000, say about 8 lakh rupees. So when you buy one lot of future in Nifty and when it goes up by 10 point, you sell it. You actually make only 500 rupees profit. But your buy value is 8 lakh rupees, sell value is 8 lakh 50 rupees. For normal businesses, the turnover is considered as 8 lakh rupees, but for F&O, it is not. In F&O, only the profit or loss, the summation of profit and loss is considered as a turnover. Let us say I do 10 trades. Out of the 10 trades, 5 trades I make 1000 rupees profit. So 5 trade I make 1000 rupees profit and there is a profit of 5000. Remaining 5 trade and I lose 2000 rupees. So my profit, net profit will be 5,000 is the profit, 2,000 is the loss. So my net profit is 3,000 rupees. But for the purpose of turnover, how the turnover is calculated, in 5 trades, the total profit is 5,000. In 5 trades, the total loss is 2,000. So 5,000 plus 2,000. So 7,000 is the turnover. So therefore, turnover crossing 10 crore, no, unless you are a very big trader. So that's not going to happen. Remember, number 1, auditing is compulsory only if your turnover is more than 10 crore. And number 2, the turnover is calculated by adding all your profits plus adding all your losses. summation of absolute value of profit and loss. Myth number 7. I cannot reduce incidental business expenses from profit of F&O. So actually that is not true. Whatever money that you are spending in related to your business. Say I am a F&O trader and I need to pay broadband charges. I need to pay telephone charges. So sometimes frequently I need to visit my broker office and to check many things. So the car I'm using also I'm using for my business purpose, and I'm having a driver, I'm paying salary, that's because of business. So whatever the expenses that are related to your business, that can be shown as expense. So most people think, this is not allowed, but it is allowed. There are two things you have to remember. One, whatever expenses are made, so they are related to your business, incidental to futures and options trading. And the second thing, and all the expenses must be done through banking channels. So otherwise, once you cross more than 5% cash transaction, you will not be eligible for this 10 crore limit. So well, I've come out with 7 myths and realities. I released one video about taxbuddy.com on 31st of July, and we got a tremendous response, but we also got some negative comments also. So some people said, sir, I made some losses in F&O. Now you say I have to file for tax return, but still the charges seems to be slightly higher on the higher side. People who make profit, they don't mind paying 5,000, 6,000, but we have already made losses. So I have spoken to taxbuddy.com. F&O pricing plan cost has been reduced from 5,999 to 4,999. They have reduced the pricing by 1,000. Another good news is that for my followers, on top of this 1,000 discount, they have agreed to give another 35% discount. So after 35% discount, you will be paying only 3,250 rupees inclusive of all taxes. So I have given the link in the description. So you click on the link and open an account with taxbuddy.com. So your fees will be only 3,250. But if you have already paid, if you have already taken their service through my link, and if you have paid a higher fees, so they have agreed to refund that money to you. So don't worry, you will be getting the refund if you have already paid. And also remember, the fees, though it is very little, it also includes your tax planning advice, plus if there is any tax notices from the income tax department, and also they will be taking care of you. So considering the kind of service they provide, so this is really a good offer. So hope you enjoyed watching the video. Thank you for watching.